I used to go back in the early hours of the morning and just wander around the Crucible, sort of generally probably a bit battered. I tried to rob one of the players' chairs one night as a memento. It's one of these big, massive leather chairs that they used to sit on before the set changed. Sort of, when it's big, and anyway, so drunk and dropped the thing and couldn't carry it and then sort of gave up, so no, it's Came to work in his pyjamas one day. Marie packs all his gear for him, and she'd bought him these like sort of posh pyjamas, and he thought it was a t-shirt. So he came into work to do some filming one day, and sort of, we're off and running, and suddenly the phone went, and it was Marie on the phone from home saying, "You've got your pyjamas on?" And it was like sort of one of these sort of flashish t-shirts, then, but what do you mean, I've got mine? And he wouldn't. Funny man. Heard you first. There was a lovely woman called Elsie who used to write to me every day. I mean, every day. And it was like every day. And it wasn't get off the telly every day by the way she was writing. Elsie just used to write me a nice letter every day when I was at the BBC. And I couldn't write back every day, clearly. But so it was very nice of Elsie to write to me all the time. I made it for you. I've never walked in on Sue getting changed. And I've been in the same room naked as Lawrenson and Motson. Doesn't really go with the same sort of thing as you were saying there, does it? But yeah, I've been naked in a room with Motson and Lawrenson, so it's like sort of not a pleasant sight, as you can imagine. We all got on famously, as I've just explained. I think you'd see Steve Davis in his underpants, sort of just brushing down his cue, and that is not being suggestive in any way. He's there, just like sort of just making sure everything's ready for his practice session, because we shared it at the Crucible. I said at the start of the season I thought Chelsea would be very strong, and there's nothing to suggest that isn't going to be the case. Of course they're going to be very strong. It's stupid to rule out Manchester United. I'm only stating the blindingly obvious here, but no Ronaldo, no Tevez. That's clearly a weakened squad. Let's see. Very exciting, isn't it? So, you would say Chelsea are the favourites, I would say. Football supporters sometimes have to sort of take it on the chin a little bit. If you're going to really insult someone and it goes above and beyond where it should be, then if a player gives you a bit back, I think you've got to be able to take it on the chin as well. Apparently I was going down the route of, instead of Ndlovu, and apparently, see, I can't do it normally. So the fancy football guys decided that they'd get me into the studio, dress me up as the late, great Barry White, with the big white suit and all that. I drew the line at the big medallion on there. So there was no real lines to deliver other than I came through this door and they played this really great Barry White intro, and I just had to stand there and at a certain stage go, "And love." I'm saying, "And love." And love.